Alrighty, hey everyone. Um, Decided to do a quick video on the sun. Been terribly hot here in southeast Queensland for the last few weeks. Almost unbearable. We've been 35 plus and into the 40s. Extreme heat, severe storms, all sorts of stuff going on. I've been searching far and wide to try and find something that I could use to have a look at the sun close up again. And I thought I'd check back at J Helio Viewer or at Helio Viewer, and thank goodness NASA has decided to fund it again. Um, so Helio Viewer is back online for those that don't know and have used it in the past. What that allows me to do then is download a week's worth of video, flick it over to the J Helio Viewer app, which is what you're looking at now. The J Helio Viewer app allows you to change between multiple different aspects or multiple different spectrums um, just with the click of a button. It's really cool. Easy to use and straightforward. Now, the default download is the SDI 171, and I'm sure everyone's familiar with this view. So I'll just play it through quickly. I've already looked at it a few times, and there are some really fascinating things that have happened in the last week. Um, Actually, before we do that, I'll just explain quickly how I believe the sun works. Um, the large bright areas, they're not the most energetic areas on the sun. They don't release the most energy as far as I can see. They are definitely the most visible. However, I believe the dark areas are the ones that hold all the potential energy and therefore are probably where most of the radiation of the sun comes from. What we're seeing here is this type of energy on the outside, the stuff where it's light and bright and detectable, is folding back into these recursion zones where light is aligned in such a way that it's not able to escape. Here, quite easy. We've had a boundary violation. So everything aligns for the light to escape, poof, and out it comes. Here, not so much. We've just got a lot of energy, a lot of stuff going on. That might sound familiar to you guys, certainly does to me. I believe that's a similar mechanism to what could potentially power a black hole. Um, I think there's too much replication in the universe to ignore the things that are right in front of our face. We're looking at this sort of stuff here, and we've got a massive amount of energy in a confined area that's going to be there for billions of years. There's dissipation, energetic release. All those same things happen with black holes. Sun has some really visible, interesting features though. Our solar vortexes, I'm not sure how well documented they are, but you can see here absolutely a vortex. Call it a tornado, whatever you will, but they rotate, spiral, spin. They form off the surface of the sun. You can see them here, really, really visible. So I'll just play through now, now that that bit's out of the way, and we can have a look. So up here, really nice large ejection, and then there's a bump. The whole screen bumps, so that's something really major's happened there. And then we've also got our big energetic sunspot area that comes around, and there's a bit of a flare here as well. So yeah, it's been a very busy week for our sun, with some massive stuff going on. Oh, and look at our big guy up here. So after that's run through, no, I'll just pause it right there, and we'll take it back. So we'll zoom in here because there's some really cool stuff happens. We'll go through frame by frame. So just watching that energy, seems to be a connection between these two energetic areas, or these two violations, the sunspot areas. They're still connected by these veins of rich and strong power. Look at that. Um, so yeah, we're going into here and having a look and seeing what happens with it's really beautiful. This one I know it is. There we go. But just to quickly show, so what I believe has happened for this one is there's been an excitement in the in this field actually. So that's caused a recursion. That energy has come back um, to one of these darker periods, which or darker areas, which has really excited it. It's pushed this to phase, basically, to a transition, and then we have to have an energetic release after that, with so much energy being stored. And of course, there it is. Unbelievable. Incredible shape, size. Look, for scale, I know you've all seen it before, but Earth is probably something like this. This lump here. Just incredible stuff. Look at this, the shape out here. And we've got vorticity happening there. Oh, I've just played it instead of clicking through. So what I want you to notice here too is from this we've got a lot of the energy coming from this really recursive zone, and it starts to lift off. Wow, just fascinating, incredible. You can see here, and sharing the energy between the two most energetic zones on the sun at the moment, I believe. And we have a violation, and then back here, potentially the start of a sunspot here, I guess. I didn't even think of that, but now I have. Maybe not enough energy has gone back there, but yeah, you can see how that's violated through that highly structured and highly recursive zone. Just beautiful, powerful, deadly, all of those things. And look up here at our big boys. The size and scale of those are phenomenal. Alright, a lot to get through, so I'll keep going. Wait till our screen shakes. There we go. I'll pop back a couple of frames, and I'm guessing you guys can already see this. But I've got a huge energy pool here. Again, one of our big connectors. We'll go through. And initially I thought that this had released from here, and I was going to have to eat my words. But you can see quite clearly it still releases from the darker area. It's got a little buddy over the other side. And we've got a dragon. Woohoo! Well, it's not really, but that's a very cool shape. This all takes place over 1 hour. I believe there's about half an hour between steps, and then it disappears. But as I kept going, something I noticed, and I'm not sure if it shows up on this one terribly well. No, it doesn't. It shows up on another view. So I'll just change the view now, so we get the cool one, the nice red one. We'll get back and we'll have a look at our dragon again. There it is. Okay. So boom, release. Now, what I was looking at before, it's a little bit hard to see on this one. There seems to be some lines forming through here. There's like the Earth, the Sun goes wang. It's really hard to pick up on this one. It may have been back on the other one. Nope. change the view because I am sure, I hope I wasn't seeing it before. I'm sure it was there. Alright, let's zoom right in. No, there it is. Okay, I wasn't seeing things. It's okay, guys. Alright, so we have our big ejection there. Now if you look really closely, you'll see here we have equidistant almost shells of pressure emanating from the very spot that that event occurred. I'll just take it back. It's only a few frames. This happens over the course of an hour. This is 1:21. Oh, sorry, 12. That was 12 p.m. This is 12:30 p.m. This is 1 p.m. and then this is 1:30 p.m. So it's a very short-lived ejection. And then I'm seeing here bands. I'll keep going. I think there'll be some, yes, you can see through here really distinct bands. I'm not sure whether this is a phenomenon that has been studied before, or even if it is, I don't think it's a camera artifact. It's also very, very strange. That to me looks like resonance from the sun. Basically the sun has rang with the impact of, or the shock wave from that ejection. So look, here we go. One, dragon, shock waves. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's maybe 5 there I can see. They seem to flatten out in the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably 6 there that I can see across that area. Zoom it in. We'll have a closer look. There's definitely something there. And then after it settles down, it disappears. That's almost like Helmholtz instability in the clouds. Wow, look at that. Oh my God. Now I did say I did look at this before. I'm still amazed at what that looks like. It sort of takes away from the rest, because there's a tiny little flare happens just there. When I say tiny little, would certainly give us some fun times if we encountered it. But this one is interesting in its own right as well, because it shows the build-up of energy along or around one of the darker areas. A boundary, very clear and distinct, and as we move forward we have a violation of that boundary with an energetic dissipation, an energetic outburst. Fascinating stuff. Alright guys, that's just a really quick one. I was really excited when I found that that formation, that ringing. I'm not sure that it's been seen before or studied. I wonder if there's another view that might show it up a little bit better. Just one last time before we go. Wow. Oh yeah. Look. Okay. here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's something going on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's marvelous what happens when we look behind the screen. Alright guys, that's it. But Helio Viewer, the sun, what a combination. Fantastic times we live in to be able to look at Sol like this. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I get some time to do another one soon. Alright, take care.